logging of German Chancellor Angela Merkel's cell phone and lederhosen drawers. And the fact that the United States pretended to be her online friend for 2 years. 2 years or so, bull! But perhaps I never realized how acute and dire the fallout of this may be until I saw this shocking story.
Russian leaders are denying reports of spying on overseas leaders. They are accused of passing out bugged gift bags at last month's G20 summit.
Bugged gift bags? Before all these revelations, we could have jumped all over this story with some good old-fashioned American condescension and smug superiority, thrown out a little Boris and Natasha reference. Done a little Yakov Smirnoff, in Russia, gift bag rummaged through you. But now, I can only sneer at how ham-handed their spying is.
Delegates were given USB memory sticks and phone chargers equipped with spyware.
If you're a world leader and you put the USB stick Russia gave you into your computer, you deserve to have them with your screensaver. Wow. That is going to haunt my dreams. Oh. It's like I was hypnotized. But it is now abundantly clear that any opportunity for outrage or moral pearl clutching that we would like to engage in when learning of another country's covert activities is long gone. The only thing left for us to do is pretend we had no idea it was happening.
The chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Senator Dianne Feinstein, who has been a loyal defender of the NSA, she broke ranks. So she has now said that they have been kept in the dark about just what the NSA was up to, demanding a total surveillance review.
If only we had some way of secretly finding out what this spy organization was up. Oh, you know who could help us? The NSA. It's time for a good old US of A plausible deniability scramble. Brought to you by, I don't recall if I'd been specifically briefed on whether or not this is butter. And Arby's. Arby's. Why not challenge your stomach to a fight? So, post-NSA revelations, the House Intelligence Committee hauled in our nation's spy chiefs yesterday, who came before the Congressional Committee, hat in hand.
This is a tough time for NSA, where everybody says, what are you doing or why are you doing it? It is much more important for this country that we defend this nation and take the beatings than it is to give up a program that would result in this nation being attacked.
I'm sorry, did I say they came hat in hand? I meant middle fingers ablazing. Yes, the intelligence community's attitude could best be described as, are we done here? Because I need to get back on that wall. You need me on that wall. You can't handle the truth. Show me the money. You had me at hello. We ain't teaching radio. Radio teaching us. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I'm not a stripper. I'm a dancer. Said the director of the National Security Agency. But the Congress people on the House Intelligence Committee were adamant that they did not know anything about how we gather intelligence.
I think that if you're tapping the phone line of a foreign leader, an ally, that is a significant intelligence activity that should be reported to the committee.
I too want to just say that we need to do everything we can to ensure that our members get the information that we need.
Why did we not know that heads of state were being eavesdropped on, spied on?
I mean, I thought we were bros. These folks in Congress on the House Intelligence Committee are completely taken off guard by what may be the excesses of American intelligence gathering. And they have every right to be outraged and surprised. Well, not every right, no right. They have no right. Here's why. In 2001, Congress passed the Patriot Act, giving our intelligence agencies access to, quote, any tangible thing. That's the phrase that's in the Patriot Act. Our nation's intelligence has to have access to everything except wishes and fairies. And that act was renewed twice by Congress. In 2007, Congress passed the Protect America Act, giving those same agencies blanket surveillance powers without even having to name specific people as targets. In 2008 and 2012's expanded and extended powers, they explicitly rejected an amendment calling for more disclosure of said surveillance. So the very legislature that is bewildered at the scope and reach of our spying apparatus granted them the scope and reach. If I may. I can't believe you stayed out all night and got drunk just because I left you with a keg of beer and a note that said, do whatever the you want for as long as you want. I mean, for God's sakes. You can't handle the truth. I shouldn't have done that. With this incredibly permissive legal framework, they could surveil the entire world. All they would need is unlimited money and manpower, which Congress also gave them.
We spend more on intelligence by some estimates than the rest of the world put together.
There are now 3,200 government organizations and private firms working on homeland security, counterterrorism, and intelligence. 854,000 people hold top secret security clearances.
10,000 locations in the United States where government or private contractors are working on intelligence.
The massive NSA Utah data facility, which can hold 5 zettabytes of data.
What? That thing can hold so much data, they just made up a word for how the data can be. A zettabyte? That's not even... What's the last letter of the alphabet? Z. Get zettabyte. Is there anybody on the House Intelligence Committee who will take some responsibility for this?
I just want to clarify the record on this, that this committee is briefed on the National Intelligence Priority Framework. All of the products of the intelligence community, of which we are consumers, are available to the committee. Sources and methods, unlike any other committee here in this Congress, are available to this committee. It is disingenuous to imply that this committee did not have a full and complete understanding of activities of the intelligence community.
Hear, hear, committee chair. Mr. Rogers, really? You're Mr. Rogers? Won't you spy on my neighbor? Finally, a hero emerges, someone who is willing to stand up and say, look, we made this Frankenstein monster, and it is our responsibility to rein him in and control him. Or perhaps he'll go the other way and suggest, yes, we know about it, and it's all good.
I would argue that maybe the fact that we haven't had any complaints come forward with any specificity arguing that their privacy has been violated clearly indicates, in 10 years, clearly indicates that something must be doing right. Somebody must be doing something exactly right.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee's airtight logic for why this can't be a big deal, because for 10 years, no one specifically complained that they were being surveilled without their knowledge.
You can't have your privacy violated if you don't know your privacy is violated, right?
Of course you can't have your privacy violated if you don't know your privacy is... But spying is like healthcare. If you never find that tumor in your ball sack, it can't kill you. It's like Benjamin Franklin said. Those who would trade liberty for security should never find out that that decision has already been made for them.